Hey, what's going on, guys? I've been meaning to do this review for a while. I wanted to really use it before I gave my review of it. This is the Ryobi 18 volt 1 plus 16 gauge finish nailer. Got it for $179 over at the depot. Pretty good price. I mean, I'm going to go over the pros and cons of it. $179 without the battery. I'm just going to do this quick because some of my videos have been just long as heck. But like I said, this is the Ryobi 18 volt finish, a 16 gauge finish nailer. It's a pretty decent nail gun. It comes with these 500 2-inch nails, which is pretty cool. It does nails ranging from 3/4 to 2.5 inches. It's 6.15 pounds, so with the 4 amp hour battery, around 7.5 pounds. I probably shot around 75 to 100 of these 2-inch nails. I did a couple projects. I made a couple bookshelves for my kids. I put some beadboard up in the bathroom, some chair rails. With the 2-inch nails, they're very spotty. Just to let you know, I looked at some reviews on YouTube before I got this, and everybody kind of praised about it. But I mean, who the heck knows what they're, I don't know. Anyway, the 2-inch nails that it comes with, it was very inconsistent. I probably shot around 25 of them just into a piece of wood to kind of test it out before I used it in my son's bookshelves and my daughter's bookshelves. Very inconsistent. You get one that was sunken real nice. The next one wasn't really sunken. And the next one was probably, an 1/8 of an inch raised. So I had to bring my hammer out. It happened every so often. I mean, not really a big deal. But I just want to let you guys know that with these 2-inch nails. And it goes up to 2.5 inch nails. I mean, I think you might have some major issues going in with the 2.5 inch nails with this nail gun. I don't know. I only went as high as 2-inch. But the good news is when I went to the 1-inch nails, which I did all the beadboard, I did the chair rails, I did some other stuff with the bookshelf, some other, what's the word I'm kind of looking for? Just, where I didn't have to use the 2-inch nails. I kind of wanted to, not go in as deep, and I used the 1-inch nails. Worked fine. With the 1-inch nails, you're not going to have any issue with this nail gun. And it's a great, it's amazing that you don't need a compressor or those fuel cells. Just need a battery, man. And you do need the 4 amp hour battery. You really should be using the 4 amp hour battery is what I should say. If this runs out and you have a 1.5 or a 2.0 amp hour battery around, you could use it. But to generate the kind of power that this tool needs, you need the 4 amp hour battery. You guys, I just did a video on the rigid impact driver. With the 2 amp hour battery, I couldn't get a lug nut off. When I went to the 4 amp hour battery, it took it off pretty easily. So, the reason I'm saying that is Ryobi Rigid, pretty much the same company. And this is the same exact nail gun as the Rigid. Same exact. Now, I don't know if there's different internal components between this and the Rigid, but physically, this is green and the Rigid is orange, and that's it. A couple little different, molding points that are different here, some different areas where they got, just a different, type of, where they would have like the vents and stuff like this, but pretty much the exact same nail gun. So if you want to save $100, get the Ryobi if you're in the platform, but if you're not, All right, so real quick, I'm just going to go over some of the features, and I'm going to sink a couple of these 1-inch nails in. It's pretty much a hands-free tool. That's another great thing. If you got an issue, if you got a nail gun, if you got a nail that is stuck in here or jammed, all you do is lift this up like that. Take this up, right there is the nail. The jam nail, you pick it up, pick it out, get it out of there, right there, boom, you're done. You click this back in, just like that. Slam it down. and the jam is gone. Literally, 10 seconds. You don't need any tools or nothing. Bam, you're done. In the back, this is where you're gonna, you might need, if you're going through like a harder wood, you would obviously turn this all the way up. You're going through something kind of soft, like some pine or something like a softer wood. You might not need that power, that powerful strike that could possibly damage the wood. So, you would lower it. But, I was using some harder wood, so I kind of kept it around this. And then when I was having problems with the 2-inch nails, I jacked it all the way up, and I was still having issues. So, just to let you know, if you're going to use anything above 2 inches, expect to bring your hammer out. Not a big deal, and you might not have that issue, but I did have that issue. So like I said, this is your airflow control. This is like this tool works by pretty much sucking air and getting that air to push the nail through. So this is basically controls the air, the power of the air. So you got that control there. This is right here. This is your bump mode. So this is your single mode, and if you push it to your right, it goes to your bump mode. So I'm going to show you how that works too. So you got your single mode. Each time you press the trigger, it sinks the nail in. When you're on bump mode, as long as this is pressed in, the trigger is pressed in, you push this up against the wood down, it's going to shoot a nail. So a pretty cool feature. I didn't really use it on any of the projects because I didn't need to, but I did use it, on a piece of wood just to check it out, and it worked fine. Got a little thing here for a belt clip. Again, it's 7.5 pounds with a 4-amp-hour battery, so if you're going to have something 7.5, 8 pounds hanging off your belt, you could do that. All right, sorry, I had a problem with the camera, but like I just went over with the bump mode here. All right, so that's pretty much everything. To load nails in, it's pretty simple. Just like really any other nail gun, you push this down, just like that. Let go of the button, the black button. You just push in and push out. Once you push down to get it to this point, then you let go and it locks right here. Then your nails can come out. Best way to do it, turn it upside down. Drop your nails in like so. Oh. Boom. Hit the black button and you're ready to go. Real simple. Do it again for you. Just push it down. Let go of the black button. Locks it. Nails. Upside down. Boom. Hit the button. You're good to go. Alright, so these are 1-inch nails. I pretty much went over everything. Like I said, this is the compression area right here. It's going to let how much airflow goes in and out. You got your bump, your single, and your bump mode. So it's in single mode right now. Here's your light. This is where you, if you have a jam, a nail that's jammed in here, like I said, you just lift it up like I did in the beginning. This is right here is important. This is your depth. Now this is what controls the depth of the nail. So when I talked about those 2-inch nails, I have this all the way. Now I'm loosening it here. But when you turn it to your right, that tightens it. You'll see this moves forward and back. So now it's pretty much as tight as it can go. So I had it, when I was working with those 2-inch nails, I had it all the way. So it would sink the nails in as far as they can go. And like I said, that probably happened every 4 out of 5 nails. That one would be maybe an eighth of an inch raised, maybe a little bit less. But, like I said, the 2-inch nails were inconsistent. It was just, even when they did get sunken in, some were really deep, some were not as deep. Just, just to keep just to let you know, pretty much. So, my honest opinion is you would want to use this nail gun. You're not going to have any issues using 16 gauge nails in the size of 3/4 of an inch to probably 1 3/4 inch. 2 inches will work fine. You're going to have issues. You're probably going to have a hammer with you because every now and then you're going to get one that's not sunk in real deep. But, it says it does 2.5-inch nails. you might have some issues with that, just to let you know. But I'm going to show you how it works now. Like I said, so if you don't want it in, you got a real soft piece of wood, you just turn it to your left, right here. I'm sorry. Like that. Turn it to your left, and that's going to sink the nail in with less force. So it's going to control the depth. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to sink it in there with a softer wood. It might shatter the wood. So that's when you would want to use this. And if you have nails that aren't going in, they're not going in deep enough, then you would turn it to your right like that. And this is maximum depth right now. When it can't move anymore, you're at the max. So these are 1-inch nails, like I said. Let me just crank this up. All right, that's enough. That's tight enough. All right, so the light comes on. As soon as you kind of grip it, you hit this bottom part. All right, so we'll do it in single mode first. Press down. Boom. This is really soft wood here, but it's sunken in real nice. Here's another one. Boom. It's in there deep. So when you see them going in like that, some people like them that deep. It matters what you're working on. But obviously, with this type of wood and with a 1-inch nail, you can, lower the, change the depth right here. I have no idea why this is giving me a hard time right now. All right. So, right here. So, I'm going to show you all the way at, pretty much at the mode of, the depth raised. So this is not going to sink them as deep. See? And it still went in there pretty good. So, it pretty much matters what type of wood you're working in and the size of your nail. So, alright. So we went through that. Now we're going to try bump mode. I'll do one more in single mode. It's so easy to use this thing. It's just, boom. Okay, so I got it on bump mode right now. So like I said, keep the trigger pressed in, just like that, and just going to put the head down to wherever you want your nail, and it's going to fire a nail. So let's see. I had more nails than I thought. But, so that's bump mode. It's a real great, and it's really, just tells you how far these lithium ion tools have come. I do recommend it if you're going to work with nails to a certain size, but, when it comes to, and I definitely recommend this over the rigid, because it's the same exact one, except it's green and the other one's orange. Like I said, internal components may be different, but I literally picked the rigid one up probably a couple days ago, and I'm like, man, this is exactly the same. Everything. The way to take a jam nail out, the way to control the depth of the nail, this little, the part in the back with the airflow, the bump modes down here. It's just everything is the same, except it's orange. So I do recommend it. If you're going to work with nails, under 2 inches, I think you're going to have no problems with this gun. And to be honest with you, with a finish nailer, you're not really going to use nails, a 2.5-inch finish nail. I've never really used them over 1.5 inches, to be honest with you, with anything I've ever done. But you're not going to have any issues with it. It's $179. It's a little bit pricey, but you're going to pay a premium. Like I said, you don't have to worry about a compressor, any fuel cells. It's a great, efficient, just makes life a lot easier working with one of these. And I think Milwaukee is coming out with their line, and that is what I'm really excited for. But for those who can't wait and who wants to obviously save a lot of money, because if the rigid's $279, I'm telling you, the Milwaukee's probably going to be over $300 just for the tool and it's probably going to be pretty similar because it's all owned by the same company. But great tool. Any comments or questions, let me know, and I'll get back to you. I'll catch you on the next one.